Hello, dear friends. This is Coach FO. Are you feeling overwhelmed with work-life stress? Or are you strained with financial stress? These days, a lot is happening in the environment that we have no control over. But my dear brother and friend, there's a need for you to sit down, go back to the drawing board, and review your lifestyle. How have you been living up till now? And how do you want to live from now? It has become imperative because the statistics are becoming alarming. A lot of men are going into depression. A lot of more men are committing suicide. And a lot of people, because out of bankruptcy and all of that, and they stretching the demands of the environment on the typical man, and the man that has been brought up to bottle up emotions and not cry and not talk. So these days we're having more men going into depression and we're having more men committing suicides. Sir, don't let that be you. There's a need for you to go back to the drawing board. Let's review your work life. How have you been managing your stress? Respond to me in the DM. Have you been conscious about it? The first thing I always tell people to do is to identify your stressor or your stressors. What are those things that bothers your mind? Is it your relationship, far and near? Is it your work or the type of business you're doing? Is it the location you live and the commuting between work, home, church, and all other commitments? Many of us live in busy cities with a fast-paced life. And so you're living at one end of the town and you're working at the other end of the town. And this pulls us apart every day. The body can only withstand so much. So, sir, you may want to respond to me. How have you been managing stress? Let's discuss and find a way forward. Many people are not even aware that they are going through stress. Yet, almost every preventable disease happens as a side effect, as a complication of unmanaged stress. So we start by saying, you are the architect of your own life. Please go back to the drawing board and let's look at how you live on a daily basis. We look at your career, we look at your family life, we look at your relationship with your spouse, your relationship with your children, your relationship with God, your creator. We are first spirit beings. God created us as spirits, and that's what we call the breath of God. And then we inhabit a body. That's the physical. We relate with the world around us with the physical body, but we also have the will, the mind. So we go to school to develop our mind. We connect with God with our spirit. We relate with the physical world around us with our bodies. So you are tripartite. There's a need to go back, sit down, and look at you, spirit, soul, and body. All three must be growing at the same pace. So let's look at it. How are you with your creator? We start the journey from there. Today, restore your relationship with God. And I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about you knowing your creator one by one. You are in this world for a purpose. Go back to him. Let him give you direction. If you ask, he will answer. It's called divine direction. Because if what you're doing now is originally not part of your purpose, sir, it may lead to struggle. So let's start from there. Whatever he has called you to do, he will also give you the grace to do it, and he will direct you by his spirit. So we look at it from that. This is the number one of how to manage your stress. Here are some of the methods that you'll be using before today with me, and we will start a conversation. There are many strategies. Let me know what works for you. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this video with your friends. We all need to sit down and review so that we can reduce the statistics. The community is missing the men. The family setup, the home front, is missing the men. And so we have a lot of children growing up without the father figure and without proper direction due to the complications of stress. We need to bring the figures down. Join me today as we begin to save the lives of our brothers, our sons, our daddies. Thank you, and God bless. Bye-bye.